So let's start number 1. We're going to solve the following equation for x, enter multiple answers separated by a comma, and enter none if there are no solutions. So I'm going to go back up here. Step 1 is isolate the radical, which is already done. So step 1 is done. It's already isolated, meaning that the radical's alone, and then there's an equal sign. So step 2, square both sides of the equation. So step 2, I'm going to do in red. And that's when I take this whole thing and I square it. I take this whole thing and I square it. So what happens is the square and the radical are opposites. And we're just left with 4x, what's under the radical. Then I bring down the equal sign, and then 16 squared. So I'm going to pull up my Desmos calculator. 16 squared is 256. So that gets rid of the radical. Step 3, solve. So step 3, I want to get x by itself. So this is 4 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. X equals 256 divided by 4, which is 64. So x equals 64. Alright, last one. Check for extraneous solution. So how we do this, we plug our solution back in. So we're going to plug x equals 64 back into the original equation. So my original equation is the square root of 4, but I'm going to put what x equals. So x is 64 equals 16. And then I'm going to calculate this. So I have the square root of 4 times 64. See how that equals 16? So I get down to 16 equals 16, and that is correct. That means that the answer is not extraneous. So my answer that I would type in is 16. So we'll see an example when it is extraneous, but those numbers would not be equal.